My name is Nathan McNett. I'm a soil conservationist with the Natural Resource Conservation Service in the Adrian Field Office. This is a wetland restoration that we did through the CREP program. Oh gosh, it's been 10 years ago probably. This used to be a cornfield and it had a depression in the middle where it was very mucky and often very weedy, and landowner was interested in the CREP program, and so we approached him about maybe doing a wetland restoration on this site because it had a perfect little basin here. And he said, yeah, I know that my granddad put a tile in across this draw right here, and so we can dig down and find that tile and shut it off, and we'll restore the hydrology to this basin. And so we put together a design and got it signed off on by the engineers, and then we came out here and started digging. And in the process of digging down to find that tile that the landowner remembered, we found a second tile that we didn't know about, and so we had to put an extra structure on this basin to shut both of those tiles off. But we put these water control structures here on the tile. And this way we didn't have to destroy the tile, so that if someday we want to take this and put it back in production, all we've got to do is remove those boards in there and it'll let the water back out and we can start farming again. Here you can see where the water level is being maintained just below the surface of the ground, about 1.5 feet or something, where that top board is. And so that controls the level of the basin. We can put another board in there and get another 4 inches of water or so, 5, depending on the thickness of the boards. But that's all it takes on some of these, is just to shut the tile off, and there you go. This is a pretty cheap wetland restoration. A couple of structures is all it took, and then some digging and some man hours behind the excavator, and we got about 10-11 acres underwater here now. It's totally awesome. We've got trumpeter swans out here. There's a bald eagle took up residence just like a half a mile away from here, and this place just gets loaded with waterfowl in migration. Just hundreds and hundreds of ducks come piling into here every evening. And there's muskrats galore out here. There's probably 20 huts. And strangely, we found a little minnow floating in there. I don't know if it came in as an egg off a duck's foot or what, but there was a little minnow in there. So somehow fish got into it. You'll want to check your structures out every once in a while and make sure that no varmints have crawled in there. There's been times when a turtle or a raccoon or something got stuck in there, and then you overflow the basin, and you know, it could cause problems. But I guess they've had enough of us, them guys. But yeah, you just want to check your structures and make sure that they're flowing freely and they're not plugged up, and check your emergency spillway. This one doesn't have an emergency spillway because when it gets too full, it flows into the woods. So, but a lot of them will have a spillway where the water level gets up so high and then it'll start to spill over, and you want to check and make sure that that's well vegetated and not eroding or what have you. And then of course there's going to be an upland buffer of grass around the wetland, and that'll require the mid-contract management practices that all the other CREP practices do, with the prescribed fire or the disking or the interseeding. On this one we disked for mid-contract management around it, and that opened up the grasses and allowed for some more bare dirt in there and places for the wildflowers can come back in and stuff like that.